Dear students, welcome back. I hope you all are safe and fine. Today I am starting chapter 4. The name of the chapter 4 is Values and Data Type. In this chapter, we'll discuss some topics which are character set, ASCII code, Unicode, tokens, how many types of token, data type, how many types of data type, variable and constant, how to define a variable, how to assign a value in variable, and type conversion. So let's start. Our first topic is character set. A character set is a set of alphabets, letters, and some special characters that are valid in Java language. It means the character set is a collection of all letters, digits, and some special characters that can be used in a program. A character set represent letters, it means capital A to capital Z or small a to small z, digits, it means 0 to 9, and all the symbols such as percent, asterisk, and percent, dollar, at the rate, etc. Every character is represented by a number in the computer system. This number is called the code for that character. A number of coding systems are available for characters in different languages like ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange, ISCII Indian Standard Code for Information Interchange, and Unicode, it means a universal code, etc. So our next topic is ASCII code. So the ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. The ASCII code associated an integer value for each symbols in the character set such as letters, digits, and other symbols or characters. The ASCII code uses 8-bit or 1 byte of storage space. 8-bit means 2 raised to the power 8. 2 raised to the power 8, it means the 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 8 times. So the 2 raised to the power 8 equal to 256 characters. So 2 raised to the power 8 or 256 character can be represented and the ranging from 0 to 255, mean total 256 character. And the ASCII table is divided into 3 parts. First one is non-printable part, second one lower ASCII part, and the third one higher ASCII part. The non-printable part, it is used for the system. It means the system code between 0 to 31. It uses only 0 to 31 decimal numbers and it is used for system. The second lower ASCII part, here 32 represent space, 33 represent exclamation mark, 34 represent double quote, 35 represent hash, 36 represent dollar, 37 represent percent sign, and so on. The 48 to 57 represent the digits 0 to 9, and the 65 to 90 represent capital A to capital Z, and the 97 to 122 represent small a to small z. And this is an American system which worked on the 7-bit character table. And the last is a higher ASCII code. The higher ASCII code between 128 and 255. This code is specially used in program. This portion is a programmable and the characters are based on the language of your operating system or program you are using. Now our next character set is a Unicode. Unicode means universal code. The Unicode is an international encoding standard for use with different languages and scripts. by which each letter, digits or symbol is assigned a unique numeric value starting from 0 to 65,535. And some other languages like C++ uses ASCII code, but the Java language uses Unicode character set, where the Unicode is a 2-byte or 16-bit character code. The ASCII code is a 1 byte or 8-bit character code. It means 2 raised to the power 8, and the 2 raised to the power 8 is equal to 256 character, total 256 character, and ranging from 0 to 255. And the same as the Unicode is a 2-byte, it means 16-bit character code. 16-bit character code means 2 raised to the power 16, means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, total 16 times. It means the total character is a 65,536, and the Unicode is a 2-byte character code set that represent characters of almost the languages of the world, including English, Hindi, Bengali, Chinese, and so on. Using it, you can represent 65,536 characters, and the first 128 character code are exactly same as ASCII code. Now the next topic is tokens. So the tokens are the smallest individual unit in a program. They are the valid character or symbol that can be used in a Java. It means token is a fundamental building block of program that represent a single element of a programming language, and the Java provide some different types of tokens. So first is keyword, second identifiers, third literals, fourth punctuators, and fifth operators. So these are the total 5 types of tokens we'll use in Java. The first token is keyword. Now keyword. So the keyword are reserved word. Keywords are reserved word in Java and thus provide a special meaning to the Java compiler. They are only used where it is applicable. So the keyword are the reserved word, such as if, for, go to, continue, new, default, double, else, byte, etc. So these are called the keywords. Okay, keywords are the reserved word. Here a list of 50 keywords of the Java programming language. You cannot use any of the following as identifier in your program. So I am showing a list of 50 keywords used in Java programming language. The keywords in Java, these are the total 50 keywords: abstract, assert, boolean, break, byte, case, catch, char, class, constant, continue, default, do, double, else, enum, extend, final, finally, float, and so on. So the keyword constant and go to. The keyword is a constant in the 10 numbers. Constant and go to are reserved even though they are not currently used. The keyword constant and go to are not currently used in the Java. The keyword true, false, and null are actually literal and therefore cannot be used as identifier in your program. So now we'll discuss about the next token is identifier. Okay, so our next topic is identifier. So the identifier are the names of variable, methods, classes, packages, and interfaces. Okay, identifier means the name of the all the variables, methods, class, package and interface, and they are named given to different part or element of a program to identify it. The different part or element that are to be named include class, object, variable, function, array, package, interface, thread, etc. Now the identifier. While using identifier, the following set of rules to be kept in your mind. So the first rule, it can have any letter of the alphabet, capital or small, digits, underscore and dollar sign characters. For example, A, B, CAT 1 2 3, cost and dollar sign and simple underscore interest. It means it can have any letters of the alphabet, digits, underscore, dollar sign. We can use only the alphabets, digits, underscore and dollar sign. The next point, it should not begin with digits or should not contain any special character. For example, 2AB, this identifier name is starting from a digits, so this is not a valid identifier. AB hash C, ABC at the rate, here I am using hash and underscore, so this is not a valid identifier. The next point, it cannot have a space between it. For example, simple space interest, here I am giving the space between simple and space and between selling and price, so this is not a valid identifier. Okay, so the valid identifier cannot contain any space. The next, it must not be a keyword, and we know that there are 50 keywords. So for example, for, while, if, byte, case, care, assert, abstract, boolean, break, do, default, continue are the keywords, so it must not be a keyword. And the last, it can be of any length. It can be of any length, means Java gives you flexibility to provide a huge length for an identifier. A very long name is impractical and difficult to manage. So the convention for naming identifiers. While following the above mentioned rule for naming identifiers, one should also abide by some conventions which are universally accepted worldwide. But conventions are conventions and not rules, and therefore you may choose not to use any convention or use them partially. Here are some of the conventions that are followed mostly by programmers. So the number one, name of methods and instance variables should begin with lowercase letters. For example, ABC, marks, result. I am creating a method named ABC marks and letter. Then the name of the method or instance variable should begin with lowercase letter. Here A is in small letter, M is in marks, in the marks word, M is in small letter, and the result R is in small letter. The next, the class name should begin with capital letter. For example, student class, result class and marks class. Here the student class, the first letter of the student word should be in capital letter. So the R is in capital letter, M is in capital letter. The next, if method name, method names, variable name or class name consist of more than one word, the first letter of each new word should be in uppercase. For example, simple interest. I have a single name, simple interest, but it is simple and interest. They are two different words. So the first letter of each word, just like simple's S and interest I, should be in capital letter or in uppercase. And the another example, selling price. So the selling price, selling is a one word and price is another word. So the selling price, the S in capital letter and you will write P in capital letter. The next, constant name should be in uppercase. If you are declaring any constant in your program, then you have to write the constant's name in uppercase. For example, pi. So P and I you will write in capital letter, limit. So LIMIT in all the letters is in capital letters. So these are the convention for naming identifiers. So the identifier topic or the identifier token is complete. Now thank you. Have a nice day. Good luck.